Hello, it's Elizabeth Busby here, and welcome to Discerning Marriage. So the topic of this video is how to know if you're ready to get married. Before we get into it though, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you will never miss a Discerning Marriage episode. 3 things that I think are the most important things to consider when you are trying to decide if you're ready. So the first one is, do you want to? Do you want to get married?
Well, that is shocking.
I think there is this very common misconception in dating today that you have to know you want to marry the person before you start dating them, before you get into commitment with them, before you're boyfriend, girlfriend with them. You have to know if you want to marry them. And I do not know where that idea came from. That's a ridiculous idea because the whole point of dating, courting, however you go about it, is to figure out if the person you're with is a good fit for you. Now, sometimes the answer to that question is no, they are not, right? And you guys break up. I happen to think that is a just as successful discernment as if you say yes. But I think that if you get into a relationship and you don't know if you're ready to get married to the person, that just makes you a normal person. So you can just use the relationship, use the time together to help you make that decision. That's how it's supposed to be. So in a certain amount of time, eventually you will figure it out. Either, yes, I'm interested in marrying you, or no, I really just don't think that you're a good fit. For some people, it happens kind of quick. For some people, it's like 6 months to a year. It can take a while to figure this out. All sorts of different factors that play into that. If you've been dating someone for a few months, you've been in a commitment for a little while, and you're like, I really just don't know. Just take a breath.
No breathe, no life.
Go do something fun, go on a walk, I don't know, whatever is fun for you. Or conversely, go say a prayer, go to mass, go to adoration together, do something else with that desire. Don't just sit and stew and wonder. Eventually you will know yes or no. If the answer is yes, if you get to a point where you're like, yeah, I like this idea, okay, check. Continue moving on in your discernment. The second sign that you are ready for marriage is when you are able to realize that you're wrong.
Well, you're not wrong.
A lot of people, maybe all of us, honestly, on some level, don't like to be wrong. But I think a lot of people struggle. There are people who struggle with it more than others, who don't want to be wrong. They just want to be right all the time. They don't like hearing constructive criticism. They don't like somebody just coming in and saying something about their choices that is negative. Your marriage will be so hard. I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a classy way, and I'm just going to say it. You will be wrong a lot in marriage because that's just part of it, right? When two people who are not the same are trying to mold a life together, are trying to become one flesh, sometimes one is right and sometimes the other is right. And you have to be able to receive the other person's statements of when you're wrong. Hopefully they're gentle about it. Hopefully you guys find a rhythm of how to communicate this kind of stuff. Actually, I highly recommend you find a rhythm for how to communicate this stuff because it can be one of the hardest parts of marriage to navigate that. You have to be able to hear that you were wrong, and you have to be able to humbly receive that and be willing to make a change.
Here's another truth that's going to be hard to swallow.
If you're not able to do that, you are not ready to get married. And I highly recommend you not get married until you are able to do that because it is such an important part of marriage to be able to be humble and receive the other and grow and change and be made holy, right? What does it mean to be made holy? It means to be made more like Jesus, which means all the things about you that aren't like Jesus have to die away, have to be pruned away. And marriage makes you holy because marriage provides lots of opportunity.
Bottom line is, marriage is hard.
If you're not ready to do that, I highly recommend that you work through that either by yourself, with a trusted therapist, with a spiritual director, but do what you can to learn how to receive this kind of constructive feedback and grow from it, right? Not get stuck in it, not get bitter, not get angsty, not amputate people, cutting them out of your life. Like, I don't want a relationship with you if you're gonna disagree with me, blah, blah, blah. No, you need to be able to hear and receive and then make a change. And my last thing, and maybe the most important thing you can do to be ready for marriage, maybe the most. If I was making a video and I was like, what is the number one thing? It would be this one. You need to be ready to commit forever. No going back. No going back, no matter what happens. This is very not what you're going to hear in the culture. No one gets married thinking that they're going to get divorced. Like, if you think you're going to get divorced, you just wouldn't do it. So everybody who gets married thinks that they're going to be the one that stays married forever. But not everybody recognizes how much work that is, and not everybody recognizes how much hard stuff is going to get thrown at you. Because the reality is, life in this valley of tears, life is just hard. There's hard stuff that happens. There's hard stuff that happens in the relationship with this person that you're super close to, and there's hard stuff that happens just in life that happens to you that you have no control over, right? So you have to be willing, no matter what happens, and you will not know what's going to happen at the beginning. You won't know. You have to be willing to say, my word matters. I have the integrity that when I make a vow to you, I am going to uphold my end of the vow, no matter what happens next. Your word has to have value. If you do not think you can do that, if you don't think you're ready to do that, you're not ready to get married. Hard truth, but a good truth, because it's better that you find out now than that you find out after you're married that you're like, I can't do this, I want out. So those are my 3 things. That you want to get married. You're at a point where you're like, yeah, I could see myself marrying this person that I'm dating. You are at a point where you could receive, you will receive, you're going to receive it no matter what. You can receive kind of constructive feedback on things that you're wrong about, and you can make changes. And 3, that you are in a place where you know that your word holds a lot of value. You're going to commit, you're not going back. If you like this video, I have a huge announcement for you that I have been waiting to be able to tell you about. We have a discernment program, a formation program called Next Step, for if you think that you are called to marriage, or if you want to know if the person that you're with is a good fit for you and you want something formal to help you discern it, we finally have this program that is just so near and dear to my heart. It is called Next Step, and I am pumped for you. We are going to put a link to it in the video description, and I am just so excited to have something formal for people who are discerning marriage to do, right? So many people who are discerning celibacy or discerning other situations in their life have something formal that helps them along that process, but married people or people discerning marriage don't really have anything, or didn't until now. Now there's an opportunity for you to do something more formal to discern marriage. And all of this, I should have probably said this at the very beginning, all of this is based on John Paul II's ideas for proximate preparation. For some of you, that means something. For some of you, it doesn't. So if you've never heard of that before, back in the 1980s, John Paul II wrote a document called Familiaris Consortio. And in this document, he lists off 3 different stages of marriage preparation, his ideal vision for what marriage preparation should look like. Only one of those 3 is when you're already engaged, right? In the months and weeks immediately preceding your wedding. And the one that occurs when you are not yet engaged, but you are ready to be considering marriage, you're ready to be discerning marriage, you're at a suitable age, and you're ready to be thinking about it. He calls it proximate preparation. He lists off a bunch of different things in proximate preparation that you should cover before the months and weeks preceding your wedding. And my team and I took these things and made them into Next Step. So Next Step goes through the proximate preparation things that John Paul II says should be covered before you're ready to be engaged. And I am just so excited. I'm so excited for this to finally be in your hands. So if you're interested, check out the link in the video description. So excited to bring this to you. So excited to get to journey deeper. The course is 8 hours long, so I have a lot of time to deep dive into this stuff. We get a lot of really, really good, rich formation. You get a study guide, and it goes deep into following the talks, but also giving you questions and things to talk with your significant other, things to process, lots of extra resources if you want to dive deeper into some of these topics, any one of these topics. So I'm thrilled, and I'm so excited I can finally bring this to you. I think I've said excited like 16 times in this video. Can you tell that I'm like super excited? I'm so honored to be on this journey with you as you are discerning marriage. And until next time, stay close to the heart of Jesus and be not afraid. Bye.